Let's continue with our session on antimicrobial. A structured antimicrobial stewardship program to strengthen compliance with treatment guidelines may impact patient outcomes and length of stay. 92% of complete or partial acceptance of recommendations were observed in a study based on reduction of broad spectrum antibiotics. 27% reduction was observed in the utilization of broad spectrum antibiotics, with 20% decrease in the monthly cost was observed. The goals and objectives of stewardship program, business model, cost of resistance, and staff models, how to do this, list of challenges with accepted solutions were observed. And it was suggested that to identify the champions, the job responsibilities for the champions, the function, and anticipate outcomes. Measure the antibiotic usage and resistance was listed as one of the important implementation strategy. Then to evaluate the outcomes, attention to antibiograms and trends was suggested. An alternative perspective, that is a 12-step process to implement the stewardship program, includes assess the motivations for a stewardship program, identify the physician champion, gain administrative support, identify which of the problems or issues will be addressed, assess the barriers to the success, identify the team members, roles, responsibilities, define how progress is to be measured, establish an implementation plan, identify the resources, establish frequency of monitoring, establish mechanism, and market the program. There should be a baseline data collection for antimicrobial consumption in multiple methods, antibiotic prescribing issues, antibiotic facility reports, length of stay, hospital-acquired infections, and others. The first steps will be in the first year will be to get all the team members together, introduce the programs to all the stakeholders, meet with the IDs and pharmacy staffs, know strengths of information systems, identify the low-hanging fruit, duplication of therapy, unnecessary combination of therapy, one combination use system-wide, choose the broad spectrum agent of class 2 study usage, IV to oral sequential therapy, and others. Second year plans will be to have a system-wide education of the clinicians, duration of therapy, vaccination rates, guideline development, clinician feedback, bacterial resistance, resistant trending, information technology, and stop. Process measures for evaluating the stewardship success would be track the antibiotic utilization, track the compliance with the antibiotic policies and interventions, track the multi-drug resistant organism of outbreaks, track the changes in the antibiotic susceptibility, track the patient outcomes. Continue to exercise the quality improvement per month, interventions wise, and per hours wise spent in the stewardship program. The categorization should include IV to oral switch based dose optimization, discontinuation of the antibiotics when lack of infection, discontinuation in terms when not indicated in terms of duration or when infection resolved. Everything measured has the potential of becoming a report with actionable items. What to be measured depends upon the objectives of the program. The intent should be to improve the patient outcomes, improve patient system, and decrease antimicrobial. Variable metrics for the stewardship program includes according to purpose, that is workflow statistics, daily activities. It includes hours on patient care rounds or prescription education, projects such as antibiotic development, utilization, review of antibiotics, pharmacy research and fellow mentoring, number and type of intervention and others. While in terms for antibiotic utilization, it includes normalizing antibiotic usage data, that is per 1000 patient bed days or DDD or days of therapy or length of therapy. Documentation is mandatory to justify the continued approval for stewardship operations. Basic activities include hours spent performing stewardship functions or categorization of interventions such as IV to oral, dose optimization, discontinuation, and de-escalation. While the specific activities include stewardship program meeting time or antibiotic development, development of resources, tracking outcomes, chart review, and others. Documenting outcomes is where the values or monies emerge from the silos. The activities should include the intervening on allergies, dose adjustment, disease state measurement, infection prevention, optimize therapy, decrease broad spectrum, optimize therapy. The outcomes will include the safety, toxicity, compliance, care bundles, length of stay, super infections, curing of the resistant infections, and infection-related mortality. The activities should translate into clinical outcomes and document to both. Document the stewardship activities which demonstrate a favorable impact on clinical outcomes, antimicrobial resistance, and healthcare costs. Examine the links between stewardship activities and changes on bacterial susceptibilities. Institutional data on antibiotic usage can be compared with benchmark data. Prescriber surveys may establish baseline perceptions. Appropriate dosing needs to be followed. The basic tier hospital can have a stewardship policy or procedure, physician supervised stewardship committee, programs support from the physician or pharmacist who are in specific training, and reporting of the stewardship activities to hospital commuters. For intermediate level hospital have an annual antibiogram, monitoring usage pattern of antibiotics, institutional guidelines in place, and regular education. For advanced tier hospitals include antimicrobial formality that is reviewed annually, prospective audit, and formulary restriction. Do not panic when during monitoring of the stewardship program. The five basic rules should be considered. That it will take time to see the results. What are the rules? Communicate to your program, choose metrics to report, track the interventions and activities, and be creative. Find your champions, celebrate and advertise your successes, be flexible, learn about the data streams. Start. What is the take-home message? Is to start small and look for the low-hanging fruit, such as IV to oral conversions, batching, interventions, antimicrobials, therapeutic substitutions, and formula restrictions. Goals must be measurable and achievable. Develop the protocols. Educate face-to-face as preferred method. Develop an intervention program. Document the stewardship interventions and expand the program. The tips review includes recruit an ID physician or a physician with interest for stewardship program. Get buy-in from the providers before starting the program. Start small. Develop tools for the stewardship activities. Develop communication tools. Consider stewardship training or certification for the pharmacist. Use available free online resources. Partner with IT for the clinician decision support. It has to be a well orchestrated effort. Ask yourself what I want to develop, improve, develop your goals. Support and collaboration is key. Recruit a physician leader, develop business model, determine appropriate stewardship strategies, collaborate and obtain adequate authority, coordinate activities, recruit more leaders, begin collaborating antibiotic consumption and antibiotic data. Surveillance of usage of antibiotics allows targeting of areas with high or increased usage of specific agents. Perform at least annually, certified by the antibiotic agent, create data for the hospital units. Assess change in antibiotic utilization after intervention. Measuring the antibiotic usage in terms of defined daily doses or days of therapy and length of therapy is a key. Defined daily doses implies usual adult daily doses defined by the WHO. The problem is that this does not consider renal dose adjustment. The patient days of therapy is another alternative. It is the administration of at least one dose of a single agent in a given day. It can be adjusted as per the hospital census. Defined daily dosage advantage is that it allows standardized comparison among hospitals or countries. It can be used where limited access to computerized pharmacy data exists. While the disadvantage is that it does not represent appropriate dose for the specific infection. It is not sensitive to common drugs commonly used for surgical prophylaxis. Days of therapy can be used in pediatrics. Overemphasis appropriate multi-drug regimens is an disadvantage. A potential useful new measure is the length of therapy. It can be used to complement the days of therapy. Hospitals that use more combination therapy will have higher dots than those that use monotherapy. The most appropriate metric for measuring antibiotic utilization remains a matter of considerable debate. Benchmarking may identify the outliers. Risk assessment is used to control for intra-hospital differences in case mix that otherwise confound comparisons. Mathematical correlations between the antibiotic utilization and the drug resistance may not infer biological causality when other important measures such as DDD, that is defined daily dosage, days of therapy, length of therapy. Normalize the data to account for the fluctuations. Trend the data over time. Trend the specific agents, antibiotic utilization per indication or per syndrome. Consider service specific reports such as in ICU from the transplant units, from bone marrow transplant units. Consider reporting antibiotic utilization for benchmarkings. Thanks.